Oi. Oi. Oi, oi. What's up, dude?
No.
Fucking sweating. Yeah, I've been fighting people on so long. You know
One of
that?
those insane people.
Huh?
You're one of those insane people, aren't you?
What do you mean?
You're on Twitter.
Yeah, it's fun.
You're in the bloodbath of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, dude. Because they're really stupid and not funny, so I can always outclass them every time. They're always like, they always try to be like actually mean and actually have real points, and I'm like, yeah, that's gay. It's just that's what I do. It's pretty fucking funny, dude. No, but they provoke me because they say such stupid things. Hey there, fellow streamer. I've been loving your content. Let's team up. Boost your channel together. How about hitting 1,000 per stream with 1,000 viewers? Let's chat on Discord. I'm good, man. Yeah, they provoke me. Provoke. They say some of the dumbest shit. I'm just, how? Why? How? Why? Why do you say? In what world do you think that's true? Like, it's like I'm always just like, show your work, show your fucking work, goddamn.
Oh,
Fuck, it's like don't just say things, say things. Oh, then I'm not gonna fuck yourself. Stupid. So, do you play phone games?
not really. No.
Not really.
I was just about to say that.
I made a video about like Star Wars. Remember that video? No, you don't remember. Remember that there were Star Wars game hunters?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I
I know
just,
about that.
I literally just like, downloaded it. It's just villains.
Yeah, no, I seen they had a gameplay thing of it a little while back. I saw.
Super fun though. Very fun. Works really well. And I'm just like, I want to get people involved so we can team up and start wrecking people. Because, dude, I lost my first match finally. Because it's crazy how these phone people play. Like they just it's like they don't know how to play video games.
Probably little kids or like grown ass men in their offices that never
Yeah,
played games.
exactly. It's just people that aren't gamers. So I just fucking wreck them ridiculously. And then I finally lost my first match on ranked. So I guess that's where all the actual gamers are. And I actually started getting some pushback. I was like, okay, this is fun, dude. It's a lot of fun.
Can you play as a member of the lesbian witch cult?
I'm sure they're gonna add some of those eventually. I'm sure they'll add them. No, I actually like the characters. They're fun. They because it's the regular. There's a Wookiee, a
Yeah, no,
Trandoshan, a
yeah, the
Jedi, a
typical
Sith.
shit. I've seen it.
Yeah, but like I like it because they have names. Like they're actual, just like it's just another Wookiee, another Trandoshan. I like shit like that because dude, there's one where you could be a Jawa, and there's just two Jawas standing on top of each other, and they make like a person if they stand on top of each other. and that's a character, and I'm like, that's such a good idea. What a stupid thing to have, but it's pretty fun. I like them. Characters are fun. The gameplay is fun. It sounds like I'm doing a review, but it's pretty good, dude. Do it. Join me.
Hmm. In the middle of going through a cutscene in this. So. I really gotta piss. Hold on a second.
I'm still. Why won't I stop? Yo, by the way, dude, I forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you, dude. Literally. He's like, I can't.
You done having a stroke?
I said his stroke. Yesterday. Son, I was fighting with people. And then like some bitch was just like, wouldn't you guys just be excited for like a new thing in Star Wars lore? You know, see witches and think that's pretty cool. Like, couldn't you just try to like maybe see the good in it? Like, try. And then I was like, oh wow, they made a baby from scissorings. I was like, oh wow, the creator's a lesbian, and then made a lesbian coven of witches. How creative! This is just like Breaking Bad. Right? So, so this bitch, right? She like replies to me. She's like, um, she said like that a boy or that's it like or good try or something like that, right? And I was like, oh, she's a good spirit about it. I was like, all right, fine. And then this bitch, dude, she started using my quote. She started using my quote all over Twitter. Literally took screenshots of my shit and like started posting it everywhere. And I'm like, yo. I was like, oh my god. I thought you were being cool about it. I thought you thought it funny, but you really got mad. It just started like using me as an example. I found it pretty. Isn't I don't know. Not bother. Oh yeah, yeah. Generally come. I mean, that's your biggest one. Yes. No, no. Are you? Yes. Are you talking about the ones that are in the woods and they're just like fucking breaking like sticks? What? I've never. Yeah, dude. All just
Their dark side. They're using dark side magic and shit like that with the witches, but they're trying to discuss it as like, no, we're lesbians. We're not wanted because of that. We're having our own child. I know that's not what's actually happening in the show, but it comes off that way, and they did that on
no.
purpose.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like it's the same thing when they showed that black chick, the mother, and then she's like, we know it's very dangerous for people like us, and it's supposed to be
Exactly. No,
like
that's
dark
exactly what I
side.
quoted. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I
but
quoted. I know what they mean by dark side, but it doesn't come. They're doing it
no,
when they're
no.
literally
What they're
holding hands and being little
no, no.
lesbians and
What they're
stuff doing
doing
it.
is it's even more than that. It's not even a lesbian thing. What they're doing is they're be like people like us because that's what.
Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah, I know. But that's. I'm just saying that's. But yeah, it's like that weird shit just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't have any place in. Like I said, it's already a short fucking season as it is with short episodes, and you wasted an entire episode with bullshit like that. You could have had that. You could have had that whole flashback in general been like half an episode. And the thing is, they didn't even get to the. The thing is, dude, they're still hiding half of the story. Dude, and the thing is, they're gonna do another flashback like that again because they're still not showing the other half of what happened. So it's just like, to me, it's like you should have just saved it for like an all-in-one reveal at another point instead of like wasting a whole episode on what something that you didn't have to waste a whole episode on, and you didn't even finish it. Well, no, Andor was more of like they had a slow point with that. The thing is, like, I know what you mean with that because you were like, oh yeah, for those people that were out in the fucking sticks planning the heist and shit like that that went on for like. But the thing is, for me, is like they have all those other things going on too, though. Exploring those other characters, the Imperial bitch, that other nerd dude, the other people, whatever his friends from on his own planet and shit. So it's not like, to me, it's like those plot points are moving. You were still seeing everything else progress, even though they were still plot planning that in a boring way. But this, it's literally there's no. It was everything was that. There was no other things going on. It was just this. That's what I'm saying. And the funny thing is Tony Gilroy, the guy that does fucking Andor, is not even like a huge Star Wars fan. And the funny thing is, like I was, people are like rebringing all this shit up again, and it's like when he first came up like with the idea for Star Wars, because they asked him like, "Hey, would you want to do something for Star Wars?" And he's like, I mean, I don't really have anything else going on right now, so let me just fucking write something up for fun and blah blah blah. Let me just do all this. Whatever he wrote up, Disney at the time was just like because they were just getting into streaming or like their movies and stuff. They haven't really did any of the shows yet, so they're being more careful what they wanted to do, and they're like, "Now this shit's too ambitious." But then the streaming shit took off, and they came back to him. And they're just like, "Dude, now we got like the money and stuff. We want to do your fucking project and stuff." And he's like, pretty much just like, "All right, but if we're doing it my fucking way." He laid down the rules about like what's supposed to happen, what you could do, what you can't do, and this and that, and not even in like a Star Wars way, from just a basic fucking filming point of view, cinematography and all that. Yeah. No, he said he wasn't doing it unless he got like 12. Yeah, exactly. All that shit. And that's the other thing for me. This show had a bigger budget than Andor. It has a like the same amount of budget as the fucking Dune movie that came out. And we got an episode like this?
Even using Dune anymore. Everybody only uses Godzilla minus one. They're like, dude, please
Oh,
explain
dude,
to me.
they got Oscars for that shit. Whatever black magic they pulled off for that. Hmm. There has to be. There's something that this one is especially fishy compared to like anything else. Did you even watch? Did you watch that new Godzilla yet? It's fucking amazing, right? I haven't seen like not even just as like a Godzilla movie, just like a movie in general, like that had perfect pacing. And dude, and not even that, only for her to come back at the end of the fucking movie to be infected, whatever, some shit. And I'm like, dude, you guys are fucking cruel. Because the guy that I work with like has such like a hard on for all those like new Godzilla movies and shit like that. And like I do not I only liked like the first two that they came with, the 2014 one and then the one that would King Ghidorah and shit like that. And even that one got weird in some parts. So like I always like say shit about this one. When I like saw this movie I came out and I'm like, dude, that's a fucking Godzilla movie. That's just a good fucking movie in general. I'm like, how can you like see that other one that comes out around the same time and just be like, nah, this is better. Nah, this is good. Not that he likes it. He's not that he likes it more. He thought it was a great fucking movie though. And I'm like, how can you even make like a comment like that when you see this one? And it's like I understand, like I hate people are trying to say like, oh, it's like the homage to the old Godzilla movies and stuff like that when they did this, and that. I'm like, no, it's fucking not. It's like I know that Godzilla used to have a fucking son in the old movies. That doesn't mean you bring in little fucking Diddy Kong and have him swinging around like getting used as a weapon and all this stupid shit. Like, that's because that's what they had back then, dude. That's in the '60s when you didn't have special effects. You had to do people in the suits, and that's their monster fighting. They nailed the human side of it, dude. Because it's like the human side of it was always just like, oh my god, monsters are talking and this and that and blah blah blah. It's not people in podcasts trying to chase down you know, this and that and all this stupid stuff. The fucking the tribes of people that live underground that speak telepathy and blah blah blah. They didn't do that stupid shit. But yeah, it's like the problem with this fucking shit is like, even if they have a like, I don't care. They can have a great fucking Star Wars thing. I mean, a great Star Wars story written and everything like that. But they're constantly just grabbing the wrong people to do this shit. No, even the story itself is not even that bad. Like I could see the plot itself, like even the Anakin thing. Like if like I hate the fact that these girls were even existed being conceived in that fucking way, because Anakin was the chosen one. But I think like the whole thing with Anakin was that like, because I always believed that like he wasn't really born from Palpatine or something like that. I thought like the Force conceived him as like a counterbalance to all the Sith like rising up again. Yeah, because they never really said anything, but like that was like my most like sound. No, but I'm saying like George Lucas himself, like he kind of just touched upon the implication that that's what Palpatine was after, and Anakin was that. He kind of was like that's why Palpatine was so interested in Anakin because what Anakin was what he was looking for, and it kind of ruins it when you have, in a way, like I would make sense, but like they're not. I mean, I guess they are a failed experiment because they're nothing fucking special. It's not like they're strong with the Force or anything like that. They're just two fucking random chicks. But it doesn't mean what we got already. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna dis. Yeah, and like it's like the way they're doing stuff doesn't really point to that yet, and it scares me. Like they're trying to make it seem like what happened to Anakin isn't fucking special anymore. Either that, or
Um,
hopefully they didn't
yeah,
just use it as a tool to show they're fucking lesbians
I
and have
think that's what
children
it
too, kind
is,
of thing.
dude.
That would be like a
Yo,
very poor thing to use as
yo,
a
how,
message
yo,
like that.
how fucking sad are lesbians?
Oh my god.
How fucking, can I just say something,
Dude,
like,
I
for
told you,
real?
didn't I tell you about like my sister used to be a person like this, and then all of a sudden her and her girlfriend just were like, you know what? Those people are fucking stupid, and now they're just normal lesbians.
Good.
It's funny because they had like that whole thing. Like me and my sister is still fucking weird and acts like one of those like a weird fucking hipster kind of lesbian person, but she's not like
She's
all
not gonna
crazy
cut
with
your
the
head
southern.
off because you said gay.
Yeah, it's not. She's not all fucking psycho anymore.
Yeah.
She started to realize those people are insane.
Yeah. Can't believe it took her that long. Well, at least it took.
No,
At
this
least she
happened a
got it.
while ago. Yeah, and she caught on quicker than a lot more people.
No, I remember you telling me that. That was like a few years now, right? Or 2 years?
Yeah, a couple of years ago when we were on that trip with my mom, we were staying
Yeah,
upstate,
I
and we
remember
were
you
like
telling
talking
me.
about my sister, and she was like brought it up. She was like, "Yeah, it's."
Yeah, dude. I remember that. Even your mom was like, "Yo, bitch." Like, what are you doing? Which is like kind of sad when your mom is like.
Because we were, yeah, no, we were all drinking together, and finally how I got to talk about it. My sister, like, sorry about that.
Damn, dude. That's like. I'd be so embarrassed. I would be very, because like I wouldn't be embarrassed at the time, but definitely like when I got older, and I'll be like, oh god, remember when I was a feminist? I'll be like, oh shit, that sucked, huh?
I mean, she probably, I think she still has like some beliefs like that, and like, but in some
No,
way, but not in like a crazy.
radical.
Yeah, she's not like she. I think she'll like still like defend like if you like say like, oh, women need to be in the kitchen, kind of shit like that. She'll
They
still be
do.
like, all right, shut the fuck up.
They do. They should be in the kitchen.
How else am I supposed to eat my sandwich?
They should.
But that's the other thing with the show. It's like The convenient placement of people always being at the right place at the right fucking time.
Yeah.
And you know what? I didn't even think about it, dude.
That's what.
Because at first, you know how I said that whole thing? We were first talking about the whole thing. You were saying that Torben guy was a little Antifa guy, a little
Yeah,
your dude
looks
and
like
everything. And I'm like, dude, he's been sitting there for 10 years. I didn't even think about it. Because until watching this episode, it didn't dawn on me. They're like, oh yeah, these events happened 16 years ago. So I'm like, wait, if this guy's only been taking that vow for 10 years, that means for 6 years since the events of this thing happening, the guy literally carried on about everything after those events, worked his way up to being a Jedi Knight or Master,
Right.
and then decided to take the vow after 6 years. Like, what the fuck were you doing there in those 6? You didn't. It took you 6 years to like that suddenly be like, all right, guys, this is really bothering me, and they take a vow silence.
Yeah, he definitely did something bad.
Something else happen, or
No. You could totally tell just by like watching the trailers. Because if you watch the trailers, there's a scene where the Wookiee Jedi fucking jumps up and lunges at somebody, and it's Torben, young Torben.
Yes, no, I know that, but I think that is going to be during the other events of what happened.
Yeah.
Original.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. There's been 6 years since that happened.
Right.
Between when he started to take that vow of silence.
Right. He's a shitty Jedi. That's probably going to be their explanation.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why didn't he take that vow immediately after those events when he would be regretting it most? Why did he go 6 years, even ascending through Jedi knighthood and stuff?
Because that's just normal.
Becoming a master.
To me, that's
He
just
went from
normal
Padawan to
behavior.
Master, and then he was just like, "Hey guys, now I'm upset about it." When you go into
No, that's just normal behavior to me because like that's how people really are.
Unless something else happened over these 6 years, like maybe that bitch showed up again and he found out she survived, and he's like, "Fuck."
Oh, maybe that,
I don't
yeah.
know.
No, but people do that all the time where they're just like they do something shitty and then out of nowhere they're like, "Oh fuck yeah."
Yeah.
I wasn't right about any of that. I'm not really too worried about that. My thing is just like, if you okay, I can fix your problem with this twink guy. Make him fat. Just make
because
him
I
fat.
immediately that other that Jedi that was holding that little weird looking Indian kid.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately hated that guy.
No.
He was like, "Oh, stop
No.
pointing around, you bugger."
By the way, I had arguments about that also.
That was the cheesiest looking scene right there. Like, it didn't even look like a struggle, and he's like, I was like, dude, you're not even moving.
Yeah, I had arguments about that too because, because I was explaining to people, they're like, why can't a fat guy be a Jedi? I was like, yo, it would only make sense. Having that kid exist would only make sense if he was an older Jedi. I've seen plenty of older Jedis that are kind of chunky in the belly. Never a young guy. Never a young... It's the same thing with, like, the police. When you first start off the academy, you have to go through the training, you have to run, you have to do the thing. And then after you become, like, a full police officer, then you start eating donuts, then you start fucking off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a young Padawan-looking guy...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That makes no fucking sense, dude. You can't be a fat Padawan.
I mean, actually, you know what? It does kind of make sense thinking about it now.
Why?
Because remember I said he's on that one of those outposts in the outer rim, like outer reaches, away from everything. They literally sit around and do nothing with it.
Sure.
Like, I'm not gonna say that explains how he got that fat. And
Yeah, I'll go with the
make
wishful
sense out there in
thinking
a way.
category with that one.
No, like I said, like that's at least in a way, and I can see it making sense.
No, I don't see it. No.
No. Like I said, like no, I'm agreeing with you. Like if he was older, he's still a young Padawan.
Yeah.
Padawans aren't normally stationed there for a long time. Like even if he is there, like I said, he wouldn't be that fucking fat.
No, never. Dude, Padawans, they have to be... Dude, they train their bodies and mind to do Force stuff. That's the basics. Like, everyone's pretty much skinny until they get older. And then a lot of the older guys are even skinnier. I barely see a fat guy. I don't think I've ever seen a fat guy as a Jedi. Except,
I mean, depends on the species.
exactly.
Too,
That's what I'm about to
things
say.
like that.
Unless it's like a species that's just naturally huge, like that shitty Jedi from the forearm guy that had the two double bladed lightsabers. That was a prick to Rex and the rest of them.
Oh yeah, he
I,
wasn't even fat.
no, he
was
wasn't
huge,
fat, but
yeah.
like he had a fat face and things. But that's just his species. like,
Yeah,
like,
that was the same species as Dex.
yeah, Dex. God, I love Dex. Isn't he the best?
Dex is like in the Obi-Wan, not the Obi-Wan, the Brotherhood book. It is Obi-Wan and Anakin. He's like plays a large character in that.
Really?
Like he's big into Obi-Wan's past, and even in that book, like Obi-Wan throughout like all the Clone Wars, pretty much like uses him as his information broker. You know, he brings like before like he even needs to get stuff to the public, pretty much. Or like if he has like information that he got, he'll bring it to him first to verify that information before bringing it to the Republic and stuff. Of course, so like he doesn't cause scenes and stuff like that. They even brought up that like when he first met Dex,
Mm-hmm.
was back when he met Sabine, and he's the only one that knows about like Obi-Wan and Sabine's like not Sabine, wow, Satine.
Teen.
Yeah, he's the only one that knows about Obi-Wan and Satine and all that shit. Because he was with Obi-Wan on that mission, like he met him. I guess he was met Dex as an information broker or something like that.
Wow.
Over there during that. I'm like, that's a whole story I want to actually see.
Yeah, I would love for them.
Doing all
I would
that
love
with
for them
Dex
to
and-
show that. That'd be really cool.
But it was funny because he would tease him and stuff like that because Obi-Wan was bringing up the Dex. He's like, yeah, like Anakin's not my Padawan anymore because the book takes place right when Anakin, like a month or so right after Anakin loses his hand and all that, and the Clone Wars start. He gets ascended into knighthood and all that, blah blah blah. He's like, yeah, he's not my Padawan anymore. And Obi-Wan first like caught on to seeing Anakin and Padme. Like it's like outside of after that whole moment in the arena.
Hmm.
He's just like, damn. He's like, Anakin's down bad for this bitch. And he like he's like kind of like really upset about it. He's like, but I can't like fucking say shit myself. He's like, I did the same exact shit. I just knew when to stop.
That makes a lot. I did think of that once before, but it makes a lot of sense. Why
So, like,
he didn't like really say anything to Anakin this whole time. I really don't think about that.
Yeah. But
Oh,
he
right.
was like bringing. It's funny because he's like bringing it up about like Dex or something. Like I think he like mentioned something about Anakin. Like he didn't even mention Padme. Just probably he's like something about the problems like you had yourself when you were younger and I met you. And he's like Obi-Wan just like immediately turned pale and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's just like, "Oh, you know, the blonde Mandalorian princess lady or whatever."
Oh,
And he's
didn't know
just
that.
like, "Oh shit."
Sick. I know that.
That whole book was pretty much like about Anakin getting over his racism for Neimoidians. It was pretty fucking hilarious.
Why is
Yeah,
he
straight
racist?
terroristing people.
Is he?
Because the way he like the way they explained it, and it actually makes sense, and I thought it was fucking funny. Is not even just because they started like the droids, the Trade Federation, and all that, starting the war,
Yeah.
but because they took over his wife's planet. It all dates back to them taking over Naboo for that brief time and attacking a. Well, actually, this is before they attacked the second time. But like he just newly married to his wife and stuff, so he's just like, yeah, those fucking.
I mean, but he
assholes
even
took
loved
over
her.
my wife's planet.
He even loved her back then. I
They
would
tried to
assume.
kill my wife and stuff like that. Yeah, so this is like a little kid. He
That's
remembers
hilarious.
all that, and he's just like, yeah, they did all that shit, and he's like, then they decided to come back and try to start a war again. He's like, I knew I could never fucking trust these guys. So the entire time, whenever they bring up the Moidians, he's just like, don't fucking trust those guys. They're a bunch of liars. I should fucking kill them.
I
I'm just
had
like, yeah,
no
dude,
idea. It's hilarious. Why is Anakin such a racist? Because I thought it was just sand people. I didn't know he was adding more people to the list.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking hilarious.
Holy
They
shit.
mentioned the sand people thing too, dude. They're really like going in about Anakin and his fucking hatred for like
That's
things like
hilarious.
that, and they usually just stem for things that like He really loves like Padme, his mother.
Wait, so what's another one?
Anakin's just an
I bet
overly
you he doesn't
passionate.
like the Honda people either, whatever Honda is. Because they
Oh,
always fuck with him.
I wouldn't doubt it. But
He's
the
like,
thing
oh,
is,
these fucking pirates.
it's funny because like Obi-Wan even like mentions himself in it. He's just like, normally he's like, there's a lot of like Jedi that are like overly passionate, but like Anakin's like on a whole different breed of that. He's like normally like a lot of people wouldn't have the problems like they care about people and stuff like that, but Jedi would normally know when to like cut it off and put their duty first and stuff like that. And like Anakin can't do that. He cares way too much. He's like too passionate, kind-hearted for his own good, to the point of like, yeah, I'll slaughter a whole village of sand people. My mother. I fucking despise this whole race of Nemoidians because they took over. Like, yeah, everybody else was like pissed about that the Jedi, but they, you know, they react in a different way. Anakin was like, wait. To the point, it's like Obi-Wan is like, yeah, he's like, I pretty much like raised Anakin as his father in a way. So like since he's been around Anakin so long, he just knows how Anakin is through the Force and stuff like that. And then it's like as soon as he comes around Padme, he just senses in the Force immediately. Everything just rises, and he's just, dude, like this guy's got like a Force boner right now. He sees Padme. And all that changed so much harder, like after episode 2 when they got married.
Really?
And it's like Obi-Wan's even just like, wait, I've never even seen the fucking Princess of Naboo act like this. Normally it's like she could put on a work face if she needs to and stuff like that. But when she sees Anakin, she like drops her guard. It wasn't even just like Anakin, he was catching on too. He started realizing Padme was acting differently too. My dad.
Where's the other guy? I don't know, I'm in this dungeon. There's supposed to be more of us, and there's only us.
Probably died.
No, we have to jump through a door, and he never jumped.
Oh. Second.
Now they're just dancing. Okay.
They still haven't said what kind of cult of witches that was it?
It's not Dathomir.
Well, obviously it's not that. Then
I think they,
I know there's
I
all
think they
different
did say
cults of, like,
something. I just don't remember.
I know there are different like cults of Night Sisters and shit like that.
I thought Night Sisters were very specific.
But no,
They're not.
they even not re- no. There's different tribes of them. They're all over, but I don't know like how far they branch out. And this is I know it's different. They never really explored into it during the High Republic. That's why I can't really say for sure. Because I don't know how they worked back then or where they originated from in that kind of way. Because I don't know, the way I'm thinking of it is that one Zabrak lesbian one. He obviously was the one that fucking started shit. Whatever happened with all of them dying, he's probably the one that fucking took over Corbin again. All that shit, because they didn't show her body or anything at the end. Not her.
Who?
The Zabrak cult bitch.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. They didn't show her. You see the black girl.
Yeah, so she definitely was the one that like caused all that shit and tipped off.
Yeah, that's what
She wasn't
people.
agreeing
That's what
with-
people on Twitter are saying. Like, yo, this bitch's teeth. This bitch's teeth. She's teeth, dude.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, like because her, like she probably just ran off. I could see them trying to say that she's probably went back to Dathomir and probably did something with Night Sisters over there. I could see them trying to probably go that way with her or something. I don't want to see her connected to that shit because I hate them doing that kind of stuff. And that's more like something Filoni would handle than anything else. Who knows? Oh, this is a tribe that can get the giant manta ray. Whatever fucktard directed that episode though too is directs another one.
Oof. It's probably gonna be the other kid one. I would assume.
Oh,
No?
I said I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. I would assume that he's probably like the kid director. He's probably
I
good with
wouldn't doubt it.
kids.
They probably filmed the whole thing in one go, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Fucking cool. I didn't know this DLC was doing crazy shit like this.
But
You can breathe and swim underwater now. You can even swim your mounts underwater.
what game?
Final Fantasy.
Oh.
My where. I thought this new DLC part of the map. A lot of ocean going around. It's just all islands and heaven. Island to island. I thought it was weird. Now it makes sense. Actually, we'll see who directs the fucking next one. The next 2 episodes are filmed by Alex Garcia Lopez.
Oh, he's a Spanish dude? Oh,
the guy,
no.
The other guy does the second to last.
I don't trust Spanish people to do anything, dude, except fucking cut grass and cook.
The fucking bitch herself who does the show's been saying episode 5 is the episode to look out for, and that Spanish guy's doing episode 5.
I don't know, man. Spanish people that get up to those levels always have that same problem where they have to be like, hey, let's go fucking native, man. It's like fucking habit where we're like...
Well, that's what it depends on. If he's like Mexican American, like from America, or like actual Mexican.
I don't know. It's something that Spanish people... It's like the same
So
thing with
you're
Italians.
100% right about like the like their own shit and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I really like when people could like do something out of their race. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be so predictable. That's why I got mad at Visions, dude.
Yeah, I know that.
They had that. I could totally tell which one was made by the Spanish creator.
Exactly what this episode of fucking Acolyte felt like. Felt like a gay version of that instead of like a straight version. Acolyte was like a gay version of that. Yeah, no, so the Indian one, the second season, the Indian one, bottom. They gotta realize that using the Star Wars skin over your weird fucking political shit that you're trying to do is not gonna work.
No, it's never gonna work.
You just gotta let Star Wars be Star Wars and ignore everything. Like,
It's not
no
like
one gives a fuck about any character's sexual preference. Nobody fucking cares about who the fuck anybody really is. Just fucking worry about the show, the story itself.
it's just I forgot what I was gonna say.
Even the new book, dude, that I started reading, like, I'm enjoying it at first. I'm like, alright, great. I got through the first 3 chapters. I'm like, this is great. Get on to the 4th one. And all in one chapter. They're just like, oh yeah. It wasn't anything intrusive. It's just like, they put it there in a weird way. You know, like, I can let it get away with it in a book. Not like, oh, I'm wasting 30-minute episode time doing some stupid shit. This is more of just a sentence, but it's just kind of like, why did you say it? But they're just like, oh yeah, this blah 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 second guy. He's over there with his husband.
Oh, his husband.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay, so you just pointed out that he's gay. And then, right after that, they go to the ship, and they're like, oh, she's sitting there with this other person, and they kept referring to the other person as they, them, and I'm like, wait, is it more than one person, or is it just, what? And I was getting confused, and I'm like, oh, they're trying to do that. I'm like, is it because it was some weird alien species? So I don't know if it was hermaphrodite species in the first place, because there are shit like that in Star Wars, like bugs and shit are like that. I don't know what the person was, so it could have been something like that, but still, the way that they're saying...
I would have stopped reading right there.
Dude, none of these books were like this so far.
I would have stopped reading right there, dude.
And then they pointed out that another guy, all in the same chapter, they pointed out that another guy, he's just like, oh yeah, I have my spy on the inside on the Nile getting information for us, and then they're like, oh, do you trust him? Or like that he won't like do anything? It's like, yeah, he's like, I trust him with my heart, and the other guy's like, it's because it's its husband. I'm like, dude, why do they have to keep pointing this out? It's unnecessary. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares if anybody's gay. You don't need to point it out. You don't need to make a thing about it. But then you know what you gotta realize, dude? When did this show come out? When did this book come out? When this Pride?
Wait, what?
This is like it's Pride Month. This is Disney's way of just doing gay shit during Pride Month. There's book releases during it. There's shows releasing during it.
I don't understand. Oh my god.
I think this is like Disney's way of being like, this is gay.
No, but okay. Yeah, I get that, right, but I'm so dumbfounded, dude. Oh, I try to say this.
It can't be a coincidence, right?
No, you're 100% right. That's what they're doing. But my thing is this, right? What I'm trying to say is like, if that's really what they're doing, gay people don't like Star Wars like that. Like, why are you doing this push for fucking like Pride Month? Pride people don't like Star Wars, dude.
In the book, it's awkward because it's like, it's not like they're making like gay things happen or anything gay like that. The story's moving normally as it should, but they're just like slapping gay labels on things.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh yeah, by the way, this person's gay. Oh yeah, by the way, this.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like it's doing anything to the story, but it's
dude,
just
that's
okay.
all I ever say. It's like being a gay person is not a fucking character trait.
Yeah.
It's not a character trait. It's not interesting. You don't hear any straight people's like, hey, that straight guy over there. Like, no one gives a shit.
Dude, you know what's so funny? My aunt said that to my cousin, like Andrew's little brother.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he identifies as anymore. But there was a point. I remember my aunt was saying this because she always like Zoom with my mom, like all her sisters and brothers like were zooming together every once in a while and just talk. And she was zooming with my mom one time, and she was like explaining this, but she was just like, yeah, they went out somewhere. They were just like walking down the streets, and the entire time, like. My cousin was just like pointing out, like, oh yeah, that guy's definitely gay. Oh yeah, that person's definitely gay too, that and that. And then my aunt's just like, what are you doing? Can't you see that that's like not right? And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you see straight people going around being like, yeah, I bet that person's straight. Like, no, people don't do that. Like, what they're doing is not right. It's just like, I remember like her saying that, it's like, yeah, it's great. Whole thing with this shit. No one's the reason like it's weird is like they're shoving it in everyone's fucking face. No one was ever shoving it.
Dude, for the longest time.
And even then it's just like that's not that it's just straight shit, that's just normal shit because that's how human nature is supposed to be in general.
Oh man. What are we gonna do? I don't get it. It's weird.
But it's weird, like it is a very odd thing. It's like Star Wars was kind of slightly like dying down on that shit a little bit with some of their other shows.
Yeah.
Like Ahsoka didn't have that problem with this stuff. You didn't have Bad Batch or any of like the other stuff having problems with it, but then out of nowhere it's like boom, Pride Month. It's
her specifically. It's like if this is I'm pretty sure this chick is like did fuck Kathleen Kennedy at some point. Like they probably are scissor sisters. You know what I mean?
I gotta look into the author of the book that I'm reading now too. Hold on, because I know it's a new author that wasn't
Oh,
involved in the other.
there's a bunch of authors that are like that.
Yeah, I know, but like
You're not reading one of the older ones that have already done it. Yeah, you have a good chance that that's gonna happen.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They even in the first 2 phases or 3 phases that they did, yeah, first 2 phases that they did, and even the last book they did, the first, have all been
Oh, I remember what I was
the
gonna
same
say
like
to you.
3 authors.
I remember what I was gonna say to you. So you're saying like, I forgot what you're saying. I was gonna make a point where I was like, yeah, they did this for Pride and everything, but like they probably already had this like show in the bag for Pride, and they're like, well, that's it. And then I'm like, and I always think to myself like, dude, everyone is like visibly, like you could visibly feel it and see it. You could see it and visibly see it. You could see it visibly and then like feel it in the air that everyone is getting tired. Like you can see it
Oh,
on,
yeah, no.
you can
Yeah,
see it
yeah.
online. You can see it everywhere where people are just like
People are
a
definitely
lot
getting
more
fed up with
free
it.
using like, hey faggot, shut up. Like more people are like, yo, no one gives a fuck, dude. So it's for me to be like, why like they're still coming out with this shit? And then I was watching this video about Dragon Age, the new Dragon Age.
Oh no,
coming
she's
out.
actually doing other ones. I just haven't read them. This is the first time she's doing the main book. She did
Yeah.
do the other books.
So for Dragon Age, everyone's like I quickly saw the trailer. I didn't really think much of it. I was like, all right, cool, Dragon Age. And then there's like this whole uproar about Dragon Age because apparently I didn't see the gameplay, but apparently like they're making it more action-based RPG instead of like the regular BioWare RPG that they had. And also
I don't know. The gameplay kind of looks very similar to like other ones. It's just everything else is like Fortnite.
Yes, and
Like,
that's
I don't know,
another
it's
one that they
weird.
were saying. They were saying like, yeah, like the art style, the Fortnite look to
changed,
it. Yeah, they're like changed the tone of everything, right? And what this guy was saying online, what he was like saying was,
Everything's all pink and purple.
yes,
Like, team
everything.
colors.
Yeah. And what he was saying online, he's like, yeah, these games and also these movies and shows, like they take a lot of time to make. So like even though the culture is fucking done with it, like visibly, they still have a lot of stuff in the bag. so like and they were saying this about Marvel. So like the people that are into the Marvel movies, they're like, yeah, dude, we still have like a few Marvel movies that are still part of that culture that we have to get through before we see like the pushback. So like that, and I'm thinking like that's probably what this is for the Acolyte. It was probably made during like, oh yeah, lesbian shit's on the rage, and then like now they're in the time where like, oh, everyone's sick of this, and now there's nowhere to go from here. Like you have to put it out.
The lady, I just looked up the lady that's writing this book.
Uh huh.
Saying who she is, New York Times best-selling author of adult and YA, FFS novels, blah blah blah, all this, 22 languages, several lessons. Her most recent novels are Dark Queer Fairy Tales, Strange Grace and Nightshine, and Queer the Shakespeare retelling Lady Oscar. Okay, that tells me. Oh, though she has lived all over the world, she currently resides at the edge of Kansas Prairie with her wife, queer non-binary she/he they.
That's all of
This
them.
is on her own website. This is on her TessaGretton.com.
Yes, dude, they don't hide it. Like I said, it like there's the old writers that are luckily they're still around.
Why are you making that a thing? Like, why'd you even put in her non-binary he identified what?
Dude.
Put all that in about you. You didn't even put her name.
My wife, my lesbian wife that we scissor together. What's her name?
Didn't even say her name. Doesn't even get a name.
No, she is just my sex object for lesbianness. She doesn't get a name.
Fucking vibrator.
She's my personal vibrator and don't think anything more of her. How dare you? fucking this thing up, dude. Miss being a tank, baby boy.
Thankfully, in the other books, they didn't make any of the main characters gay. They kind of like made it in like the other books so far I wrote. They like all the important characters. They made already like the main guy, Elgar and shit like that. He's been banging the other chicks. He's been banging all these other chicks. The other guy himself said he had flings on him. The other blonde bitch herself was guy Elgar and all that. They're all straight. This bitch can't touch him in this book and make the game better book. Make the product.
Man, what a weird thing if they could actually do.
But that's the thing that but I think about that. Like once they start making characters gay, that's a thing in the universe. Made it that a thing. Now you're gonna have to. What if they have to bring that up?
What?
Like what if they decide like in this show, like for instance, Acolyte. You make characters gay in these books. When these characters appear in the show, they're already known as that guy's gay now. Like, they have to stick with it. You made it a thing. It's like in a way that Anakin married the Padme. He has to stick with that. You can't just like make Anakin kiss some dudes and something else now.
Dude, they can't be that bad of writers, could they?
I don't know, dude. I don't know, but like. That's why I'm saying, like, those main characters that I like, they're not gay, don't make them gay. I hope they can.
What just happened? Why is my whole party dead? Oh, the guy's not here. Fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Dude, I attacked the main boss and one of the people didn't show up again. Incredible.
Never had that problem.
Yeah, there's just one guy that just randomly, I don't know, has a fucking poop break randomly. And I didn't notice. I noticed halfway through because I'm like, wait, I'm dead. Oh, wait. Oh, they're dead too. Wait, there's only one guy alive. Oh, wait, he's not here. What the fuck? I literally Leroy Jenkins into that situation. And like, oh, we still got a full hour to do. It's obvious. Still kind of fucking annoying. Oh, shit. Wow, the guy came back. What a pal. Now we're missing the other fucking guy. Damn it. Did they kick me out of the fucking out of the? Did they kick me out of the free company or something? I don't see that little thing anymore.
I saw my free company kicking a shit ton of people today. They didn't kick me though. I think they were just kicking people that were inactive.
What's happening? Why can't I beat this fucking... Is the healer not healing us?
Probably just like standing in the wrong place at the wrong time, getting snacked up. They're like enemy boss or whatever dropping something around the arena you have to destroy.
No, he just does like an AOE and it's like I guess gets the guy. Right now the last guy's running around. Hopefully the guy will get back in time. I don't think so.
Are you doing with NPCs or regular
People.
Ah, that's probably why.
This is the first time I've ever had an issue with people. I've never had an issue with people.
Which one are you doing?
I'm doing a level 38 one, fighting a
No,
chimera.
but like, that one shouldn't be that bad.
A level 38 dungeon.
Is this a dungeon or
A
a...
dungeon.
Oh, the dungeons are usually harder than... Why didn't you do it with NPCs?
I never do it. I only done NPCs once. I usually do it with people. I hang out with people.
Doing it with NPCs is so much easier.
I might have to do this with NPCs because for some reason people can't do shit. Heal me, motherfucker.
I didn't start doing the dungeons with people until I was at least level 50. Because when you do that, like you're at least playing with experience.
True. But usually I'm a really good tank. Like I'm the most important part of it. Either way.
Going through the dungeons with like regular people actually requires like everyone doing roles correctly and this and that. And if you have people not doing that, all.
I usually pick up the slack. I'm a good enough tank that usually the healers never get touched. I've been tanking since fucking World of Warcraft. I know how to tank, dog.
I'm not saying you, dude. I'm saying the other people aren't.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I'm not, yeah. That's
All
what
it takes is one person.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, usually I could pick up the slack. But for some reason, this guy was just not doing. And I'm over here, dude. And when he wasn't there the first time, I almost killed the thing with just us without the healer. And I just noticed I was the only one almost dying. Like, I could do it. I guess this guy's just that terrible. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, dude, I was in this dungeon.
like this DLC a lot compared to the other one. More interesting, the maps are better.
Right. And teleport. I like how I was over here at level 12 and 8, and I have to come back to that dungeon at level 38. I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know, like, I'm gonna come back to this shit, like, way later. Alright, but yeah, I'm gonna probably start doing what you said. Just wait until 5th. Which I'm pretty close to that either way.
Because yeah, it's the trials will make you do with other people regardless. You can't do those with NPCs.
Right.
Those are much easier. It's just a single boss fight.
Yeah. Dude, those are the ones. Yeah,
more
I've done those. Those are easy as hell. I usually
The
do
raids are fun.
dungeons, dude. I usually just do
Raids
dungeons
are the
with.
fun shit, dude.
Yeah, they
You'd
are.
actually start doing raids in it.
What level is?
Level 50. They'll make you do it. They introduce the raids like through. You keep following the main story quest. It's like after you do the regular story, and it goes into like. Remember what I said? Once you finish the story and the cutscenes roll, you have to go through like 80 or so fucking other main story quests before you move on to the DLC. And doing all that's introducing you to all the
Raids.
trials, the raids, yeah, and all that. The raids is like 24 fucking people just going through a different kind of dungeon that has more of like mini game puzzle things going on.
I've only done raids and how this would.
Yeah, the raid was fun in here. I liked it. I got a minion out of one of the raids. Forgot which one it was. I think it was out of a raider dungeon. There's like entire towns under the ocean in this, and like bubbles in Gungan cities. This is like all like it just looks like regular Japanese buildings. Just have a water bubble around it.
It was cold. Sweat.
I can use my whale underwater. Actually feel like I'm fucking doing it properly. I can breathe underwater as long as I want. Need to try the quests for this DLC going. Like, I can't fly my mount around yet, but being able to swim underwater like this can get me around just as fast. This is fucking deep. Fucking deep is this? Tortoise Trench? It's like the Mariana Trench. Holy shit. Holy fuck,
It's
how
for-
deep is this? Dude, I've been like swimming straight down for 2 minutes straight. It wants me to keep going down. Super fast, dude. There's an entire another city down here at the very bottom of the fucking ocean.
Still in my
Mariana Trench.
Show. See other.
What is this? Just introduce me to. Is this a dungeon or is it a trial? It is a dungeon. Sucks.
There's a lot. Tell what.
I do that. Fuck. Gotta swim all the way back up now.
Estate. Equal. What the hell? They have a house.
Oh yeah, no, your free company has a house that you can go visit.
See what?
Like your rank. Just look in the free company thing, it tells you.
Oh, it. Right. Charge. Right. Check out the house.
I'm afraid to fucking go look in that house.
I got an out.
I'm afraid I'm gonna see the freaks in there stripping and shit.
100%. What? That's what exactly.
I don't want to see it.
You're gonna, dude. You're gonna. Okay,
Not if I don't go.
Dude, you're gonna go in, call you an A, and fucking eat butts.
What?
You're gonna eat butts. Pacific. They're beautiful.
The DLC's got a lot better. That was other sea creature thing I got from doing all the tribe quests, and I can swim this guy.
Boris. Buy a song.
Oh yeah, the songs that you can play in your.
I can
I got
buy
a couple of those as
minion.
rewards from dungeons.
Buy a
Yeah, you
minion.
can buy anything.
Yeah, but most people don't have stuff.
You go on the market board, yeah, you can just look on there. And
No, no, I'm talking about like the regular guy like, outside.
Oh, yeah, no, there's some places that do that. Are you in the, what's it called? Housing area?
No, I'm outside in the work, somewhere in the
Uh,
Lumen, see whatever the fuck. It's like when you
Simzalamanda.
just here and seeing a guy
Because
sell
you're in
a
Eastern
song.
Panaland.
This is the first time I've ever seen a guy sell me a song. I'm gonna buy it.
Places. What kind of minion is it?
It's a tiny rat. Cheap though.
Oh, that.
It's cheap, and the song's only 5,000. Cheap. Some more. So my.
I started to realize I was looking through the achievements on the game. Like and when you press start, go to the achievement things. There's a lot of achievements I gotten that gave me stuff. I got a minion from one of those.
As a minion to my collection. Fuck yeah. All right. Cheer. Oh, it's another one. got a bone to pick. Thanks.
Eh. That's what I was gonna do with the show that I wanted. Those DLCs, instead of got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's got Teenage Mutant Samurai Turtles. They're literally just Ninja Turtle people, but samurai. Instead of wearing the eye bandings around their heads, they got like samurai helmets on.
I mean, that was a movie. Turtle series.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was one of my favorite movies. Did I watch that movie? That? So sad how.
Aren't they doing a new one or something like that? Or no, it was a different thing they're doing.
No, they are. So apparently they might do the Last Ronin story.
Yeah, that's.
They're gonna make it an R-rated movie. Killer. It's gonna be the shit. I can't fuck. But the thing was sad, like how technology, how easy things are today. I watched the first movie, Ninja Turtle, the third. I never ever have seen the second one. Never knew it existed. I never knew there was a second. I thought the third movie was the second. When I was a kid, I didn't find out until like maybe a few years ago that there was a second movie. Because they were like, yeah, the ooze one. No, the samurai one. No, the second one was the ooze one. There was like Bebop and other steady, like rock steady guy. I don't remember any of that. I remember them going to Japan and fighting samurais. I still to this day haven't seen it. I'm interested. Apparently it's
Are you talking about the cartoon ones or the live action?
live action.
Okay, yeah, and I didn't really like any of the live action ones I've seen. I don't remember
Dude,
which ones.
first one, it's perfect. It's the best. How do you know?
The Shack. I said I don't know which ones I've seen.
First one's. I've seen that first. And I never knew why it was so good. Apparently, like, I mean, like Ninja. It's the closest gotten first one because no one, because I was explaining, no one cared like at all. So like I was able to close to the cop, very close, closest any. And then as soon as the first one became popular, apparently the second one saw that move. They don't use, so Leo stop using the sword. All they're doing is holding their kicking it because it got popular. It started like so. I'm telling you.
But I was watching the Star Trek movies last night and stuff. Not the old ones. Yeah. I watched the first two. I don't think I saw the third one.
So, you know,
But then they stopped doing the movies after the third one and started doing shows to continue it, or
kind of left.
uh, they just left it. I was never interested in watching the shows. I heard most of them were bad.
What I hear.
I think. Oh my God! Yeah. Wait. Today's the 13th. So, what's it called? New season of The Boys starts tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, no hype whatsoever. But what is that?
Yeah, I know. There's nothing. I feel like no one's talking about it.
It's because of the Acolyte. It's fucking
I know it's
fighting over
ruining
the
TV
Acolyte,
for everybody.
and The Voice is coming out soon. Like, I was thinking about that. Wait, The Voice is coming out soon. Nothing out. Nothing. Not one commercial.
Oh.
Interessante. Shut you. The teleporting.
If I were invisible.
Jesus. It's a puggo.
Oh, a pugilist? That's the class that blazes. They fight with their hands.
Oh, he's a
They're-
monk. Fuck, that's a good call.
Well, it eventually turns into a monk, yes.
Ah, shit. It's a good clap. Fuck, I didn't. These are good. This Bobby B. I know he likes to be a red mage just to piss.
Well, that is his main thing, is a red mage. Dude, he literally paid to, like, skip through the DLCs just to get that class and do everything. Yeah, like, if you... Like, I have, like, all the DLCs just like you do, but you can't access them until you, like, play through it and, like, you know, actually get there. But you can pay to, like, level skip and also skip through all the story of the DLCs. It just completes the whole story for you and gives you everything that you would get. Unlock stuff for you. Like, if you wanted to, like, catch up to, like, the current stuff. Not play through everything. Yeah.
What's the point of playing the game?
Exactly, yeah. I'm actually
mean,
enjoying the story and playing through all of it, so...
Yeah, I like seeing the world. Like, I like...
Any desire.
I like walking around. Just okay.
Knowing what's going on.
Just that little simple thing where I talk to a merchant and he has a pet to sell. That made my... Just like... Little stupid shit like that. Okay, I mean, I could see that being cool if, like... Oh, like you stop playing down or something. I'll get back to this. I'll skip this.
Yeah, like if you already seen it and you did something and you just want to skip through, like say you bought it on, yeah, you played through it on your PC for a
Yeah,
while,
exactly.
and then you get it on something else and you want to catch back up. Yeah.
Of course.
Dude, and then he's like, oh, I'm done playing again, blah blah blah. It's like, well, yeah, you just skipped through all this shit you could have played, like all this story. Like, I don't think he can do the story quest. Just skipped all of it for him. He doesn't know that anything that happens in the base game all the way up until like the third DLC.
Say he's done playing.
I don't know. He hasn't been on here in the past week or so. Well, throughout this week, really.
Now I
I don't
understand.
think he's done playing. Just
No, but now I understand why all he does is follow me.
Well, dude, he was like working to get a mount that you have to. You get at the end of doing this quest line that goes throughout all the DLCs.
Right.
And the end of it is in the most recent DLC, not the one that's about to come out, but the most recent one that's been out. And the level cap at that is level 90. He did that level skip thing to get him all the way up to level 80. And I think from him playing, he's only really gotten, I don't even think he hit at level 81. Because you don't really get XP unless you're doing the current missions for your level. And he hasn't been doing any story stuff or anything like that. He's just been doing other shit, trying to get mounts and things like that. So when he found out, like, he was doing all these these quests to get that mount, and once we started getting up to the DLC and stuff he hasn't done, he's just like, wait, I need to be level 90 for this shit? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, fuck that. And then I haven't seen him on the game since. Like, he was trying to get that mount and then realized that he had to actually play through a whole DLC to level up. Because even then, it's like, that's in the most recent one. He didn't skip that far. But he would have to play through that whole DLC, complete the DLC story, and then, even then, like, these quests don't pop up until you finish that DLC story. It's like an end game quest line thing.
I'll never understand. I'll never get him.
It's like, I'm planning on playing through all this shit anyway. I'm enjoying it, so it's like, I'll get there eventually.
Dude, I don't even. I
So
could
much
care
other shit that
less.
I want
I could care
playing.
less about the story, but I do enjoy playing the. I like fighting.
The story kind of is like not really interesting in the base game and stuff. It gets a little more interesting towards the end. And then the first DLC was pretty good, and I'm really liking the second one.
Sure, if I sit there, try.
It's tough, like sitting here trying to read through this shit a lot.
I am having fun fighting and seeing the world, though. The world is impressive. Like, I really like the fishing tent. I really like that place.
Dude, there's a lot of things, like, the job of being a ninja has a whole lore, has a whole story, it has a whole entire country and area in the map and all this shit. Like, when I first started doing the job, like, the rogue is just like the pirate guys and stuff that are at the fishing town that
Right.
there's Almanza. And the rogue eventually evolves into ninja. And what it is there's like a little shack out in the Lenosha area, that same area that city's in, that country. There's a shack out there somewhere, and that's where the ninja job is. And it's just a couple of shinobis that are like from a different country that are over here doing for a job, and you join them through that, and blah blah blah. But you learn through doing all these quests and everything, like, you become a shinobi with them. They're from a place called Doma in the DLC that I'm doing now, and they're pretty much hired to do all the shit. It's going through this whole other story where they're fighting against other ninja clans and blah blah blah. But they're like, that keeps evolving. Each time you get a new DLC, your job quests go further too, to level up your job. Yeah, so it's like once you hit level 50, your job quest will end. When you go into the next DLC, you'll get more job quests to get you through like the next kind of thing. And they give you new gear for your job for that DLC too.
And probably some new moves, or no.
Yes, yeah, that's like where also, like, you know how your skills you unlock through.
That's because I just did that now. I did a mission for the paladin and he gave me a new move.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's sick!
So the ninja one, the story just keeps going. But like I said, now like this whole DLC is going into the Far East country. I'm like, oh, that's where like they've been mentioning that my ninja clan's from. And now I'm finally going to this country for where my whole entire ninja clan is, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
but, like, I like how like they did the whole world building for like just my job, the class I am. I don't know if they do that with like Paladin and other stuff like that. But...
I mean, so far,
that's what this whole DLC is like based around, like the samurai, because that's the samurai, I guess, was the class they introduced with this as a big thing.
Right.
So I guess they're just like, hey, it makes sense that the ninjas are in like the country right next to it and blah blah blah. So they make that one of the things.
Sick as hell. Sick. I didn't know it was like that in depth.
Yeah, no, they did the world building in this really fucking well.
Yeah, I like some of it. Dude, because another place in that fishing place. I went to that vacation spot, like, where it has like, that has
Coastal Lenosha.
And dude, I was like, this is amazing. I like this.
The funny thing is, that whole place, Coastal Lenosha, is from Final Fantasy VII. That's the resort in Final Fantasy VII. It's called Coastal Lenosha, Costa de la Sol, whatever it's fucking called. But it's the same exact name, and it's supposed to be just a reference to that place.
Right, it definitely can't be that place.
No, it says, like, because, every Final Fantasy is like a different, yeah.
It's interesting that...
A lot of the things, like the Gold Saucer, that's the casino for Final Fantasy VII. A lot of stuff is still mainly Final Fantasy VII. I see, like, they take a lot from, because that was one of the most popular ones, but even the, I forgot where the bar is, but the Seventh Heaven. I think it's in one of the places you're in Thanalan, maybe? You'll come across it in the story, but that's like named after the bar that Tifa and everyone works in Final Fantasy VII. Beginning of the game when you meet him. I don't remember them naming anything after Final Fantasy X.
Is it 10's?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I haven't came across any. I don't really remember names and stuff from
Me neither.
And like that. Like, there's no Blitzball references. mean, they do have like the only other Final Fantasy games that they have like cosmetics for in this is Final Fantasy X and 9, I think. Besides 7 too. Like you can get what's his name? Titus's outfit. And that summoner chick too, I always forget her name.
Okay, so
On Starfield last night? Yeah. Last night or the night before, but they already have Mando and Boba Fett's armor in there. The mods and everything. Like it took a day or two. And the person who did that said they're working on porting over their, turning the UC into the Empire and the Free Star people into the Rebels.
This combo action.
Haven't been using your combos this whole time?
Huh?
But you haven't been using your combos this whole time?
I have. Action.
So, you know how when you do certain moves, they start getting highlighted with like the yellow dashes spinning around? When you look at your move sets, like in your thing, certain skills say they combo with other skills. So you hit those skills in order. Like when you hit one, it'll highlight the next one you hit. You hit that and then it'll highlight the next one you hit. And you do those 3 skills in order and that's like a combo. And you'll make your attacks do more damage throughout each hit.
Okay, so
They're usually, it's only like 3 moves in a row.
in a row, yeah, but now I have another set of.
Yeah, there's other combo things that combo.
Yeah, but my thing is this, like, they're very similar. So I have prominence, and the other one is called totally Eclipse, but they're basically both the same. There's nothing different about it. I'm like looking at it. Yeah, there's nothing.
One's probably they usually upgrade the move. It probably just does slightly more damage or some other effect with it.
Yeah, but that's what, but my point is this is like
I never played that class, so I don't know.
I know, but my point is this, like Total Eclipse is like he just swings around a sword and it's like an area attack. And Prominence is basically the same thing except for the Paladin, right? So I don't understand how doing the same move twice makes it better. So what? I do Total Eclipse, which is the same Prominence.
Does it actually? Well, read Total Eclipse and Prominence. Does it say that it combos with the other attack?
Well, Prominence does combo with Total Eclipse. Yes. It gives you 170 potency, right? But I'm just saying, just like the regular thing, like I don't understand. It's just an instant cast, delivers a potency of 100 to all nearby, right? Radius 5 yards. Same thing.
Well, it probably
delivers
just
an
raises
attack.
the potency of the
The
next
exact
attack.
same thing, except the only difference is that it combos with the other one, and this could hit 70 after that one.
Well, I think the potency of that attack is 170 without being comboed. When you combo it, that potency is going to raise.
And now I have an issue, right? So I have Sentinel. The other one. It's damage by.
I don't know, like the melee attacks kind of work like that. Like I have 3 different melee attacks, and like some of them look very similar, but they just do different amounts of damage. And I just combo them off of each other. That's just kind of like your basic attack moves. Think of like, you know how your guy auto attacks on his own? Those are just controllable melee attacks. Think of it like that. So that's just you just attacking the guy. Those ones, your basic moves usually combo, and you usually want to. Since wait, that's a tank class, right? The one you're talking about. Yeah. So you pretty much will probably be doing that. Those kind of combo moves while you're waiting for other skills to build back up, and once for your tanking of moves, gives you stuff to do in between.
Sweet. I'm feeling more powerful. Oh, so powerful.
I think they just gave me.
Why does Bobby B ruin shit for himself? Shit pisses me off. I would love to play with, like, do we got Blaze here? We got you. Wouldn't it be
Blaze
cool?
is still like under leveled.
I understand, but at least he's gonna.
I'm waiting for him to get up because I was even saying that to him yesterday. I'm like, dude, I want us to like do dungeons and shit together.
Yes, we're gonna do dungeons together, dude.
Like as soon as they're like, you guys get to around level 50 and doing that, then.
I'm gonna be at level 50 with it.
I mean, I can even still help you out with some of the other things like you're doing now. The trials are just easier than dungeons because dungeons require more of us.
But
I don't know. We might be able to do it, like, cause I can solo some dungeons. Like, I can go into like the level 30, like the dungeon you were just doing. I can go through that by myself. And like, there's ways like you can go in the settings to unsync the thing, so you can go in without your level sync. You can't matchmake like that, but.
I don't know. I just don't know why he doesn't see the fun in us. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to?
I mean, he does. He's done trials and dungeons and shit, things like that with me. But like, right now he doesn't have like. Normally he's out there trying to like he's playing this game to get this and get that, and I guess he doesn't have anything he particularly wants to get. And maybe just got pulled back into armor again. He was trying to get that one mountain. Now that it seems like it takes a lot of effort. Stopped. The subscription could have ran out too, but no, he just renewed it.
That's true. How much is this?
It's $15.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
I mean, like, it's at least like compared to like ESO where it's like stingy about it. At least this game is. Like, think about it. Like, overall, it's like you pretty much fucking. Like, you pay $20 and you get this game and pretty much all the DLCs with that deal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind paying $15 to like. There's no weird microtransaction shit like loot boxes in this. There's no. It's like, oh, like
That's
Elder
what-
Scrolls. You pay the subscription to get more fucking loot space. You pay this to get that. It's like they don't have that bullshit. You get everything.
That's
You're
why
like
they
everyone
didn't
has
like
everything.
ESO, dude. You're playing the thing. I had a
Yeah, that was
subscription,
my biggest problem.
and then I was like,
Everything
wait,
was very stingy.
I can't play the other parts. It's like we're only stuck in one DLC. Oh look.
Like, yeah, you pay. Like, I understand. Like, you pay the DLC. Like, even in this, you gotta pay for the DLC to access it and stuff. But with ESO, it was just kind of like, even though I'm paying a subscription, even though I bought the game, bought this and that, there's all this shit around that people have, like these mounts, these armor sets, and it's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, got it in a loot box. Got this in a shot. Got this. And it's like, what do I get from doing stuff? And like, it was impossible to like. They did not make it easy to do dungeons with other people and stuff like that. They did not make it easy. Like in this, it's so easy. You can do like a duty roulette where you can just matchmake you into random dungeons of whatever level.
Yes, and they give you more experience.
And yeah, and just like, especially if you're playing the class that it says it needs and stuff, like, it's easy. Everything's so much easier. And like, there is obviously in every MMO, there's like those uptight people exist. But in ESO, it was bad. You couldn't do a single fucking dungeon because the only people that did dungeons in ESO were guilds and blah blah blah. It was all built toward that. There wasn't any like, oh, you can go into dungeons with NPCs. You can get a dungeon done with just you and one of your friends. No, everything was built around you need to have full fucking thing of people and all this stupid shit. And it's like, oh well, I want to do dungeons. I want to get some of the cool stuff, but I can't unless I go out of my way to find a guild that's doing it. And when you do, they're just like, oh, you don't know how to do this. You don't do this. It's just like, fuck you. And this I can just fucking matchmake into it and do it with random people, and I get it done.
It's one of the things that was good. Is I don't really care. So like these are all things that World of Warcraft has already out.
Yeah.
So why not do? If they have no ego, dude, they're just like, yeah, this works.
I mean, they have like matchmaking kind of shit
We'll be
into
awaiting your return at the Waking
ESO,
Sands.
but like
There is much
not as good. It doesn't work the same. You can't like I said, it just doesn't. It's not as
heavens
convenient,
he is safe.
smooth. Like everything in this is just easier.
Louis
Like even like I can just queue up for something
your
and
light
continue without
shines
doing other
brightly
stuff.
in this. Oh,
It's a world. See so much of it. Just took all the best things.
Yeah,
That all
World
the
of
crap.
Warcraft was like the standard an MMO. Like it's the standard of it every time.
Oh, the Power Rangers are finally killing people. Like level 40 something.
I want to take a piss before I start this. Hold on.
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring him forth, or you shall know no mercy.
All these weapons.
confound
Stories.
it. Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
Just realized
Damn.
not being at work this whole week's been throwing off my shit.
No!
Like,
Dang.
trying to queue up, I'm like, oh, I got a pretty long, like, average wait time.
Conditions of surrender.
5 in the morning during.
Cease at once!
Have you not
And it
done
is
enough?
summer.
Huh?
And it is this summer. The little
Perhaps.
kids ain't at school and shit.
Enough.
No.
Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions, they say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough! We leave.
I'm not excited to go
Bring the
back to school,
prisoners.
but nothing to get done. But I'm not excited for going back to school.
No.
Looking forward to doing all that work again. Talking with Blaze yesterday, he wants to like do like certain kinds of videos for like his shit for YouTube, and he's about to like start downloading Blender to try and learn and all that shit. And yeah, it's like the 3D program, free one. He just wants to make certain stuff and use things like that because there's a lot of cool shit you can do in Blender. But he didn't, I guess,
You
like
use
I was telling
Blender?
him, he doesn't realize the amount of work that goes into doing that kind of shit.
To do. You said
He wants to
3D
make like,
stuff.
yeah, like 3D animations with characters and stuff. Like the big thing that people use with Blender, since it's free, everyone has access to it. But everybody has been taking models because you can rip models pretty much from a lot of stuff, a lot of games and everything, like through like the files when people like go through the data of shit. I forgot what it's called. I'm drawing a blank on the name, but when people go into the data files, they can get the character models or models from random shit, and you can download those and bring it into the program so you can have like a fully rigged model from something. And that's where you see like a lot of like, think of like the Helldiver memes, where you see like the bugs typing on the computer and the robots typing on the computer and shit. People are literally just taking the models from that game, putting them in Blender and making those little animations.
Ah.
Stuff like that is quick and easy, but if you want to like make your own shit yourself, then that's a whole different story. But Blaze was talking about doing that because he wants to make Naraka videos and stuff like that, and he wants to like know how to do that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, it's one thing when you see like, it depends on like if you can find Naraka character models fully rigged and stuff like that, and depending on what you can want to do, it takes some effort, you can get something done. But if you're trying to like make your own characters, and if you have to rig your own characters, and if you want to do all this animation shit, I'm like, this isn't like, oh, I'm gonna make a video this week. No, you're gonna be spending a couple months doing that. It's gonna take some fucking time. And I was just like kind of really talking about that shit. But like if you're trying to do like videos and make stuff like that, I'm like, that's the kind of shit I'm going to school for. I'll help out and do stuff like that. I'm like, my whole thing is that I want to do stuff. I want to make things. I'm like, I don't really want to be an animator myself. Like I'm gonna learn that stuff. But it's not like really a huge thing I'm settling in. I like making like the environments and modeling and shit like that. Making props and stuff. But no, I was just pretty much telling him how like all that shit works if you wanted to do it yourself. But on the top of that, I'm like, you're also doing this for your YouTube videos where you're monetized. Like you can get copyright strike like right there easily. You got to be careful of like what you're grabbing and what you're using. You're not making it yourself. Especially if you're taking like models from a game and using it in something that on YouTube that you get paid for. That's like stealing. You'll get fucked. It's different when it's like people are making memes and stuff like that. They're not selling memes. Even then, it just depends on what's even available. There's also just like some talented people out there that like will actually remodel and make their own version of like these Helldiver shits and stuff like that on their own.
So like, saying the word really brought so much.
Like actually animating it is hard.
That brought so much remember now. I remember I used to say that. used to watch like Bob Clam, Chuck Jones. Like, I feel like that's
Well,
not
for
really...
you, it's like for you, you don't need school for that kind of shit for you. Because like one, you already have like that artistic talent first of all, so that's not something you need to learn. And a lot of like animation wise, especially like doing 2D animation, is not like anyone can really do that in a way. Like you could do it like the old school way, was people literally just flipping, like think of like a picture book where you're flipping the pages really fast.
Yeah.
Make the animation. Like animation works like that. The old programs are like that, where it just like they pretty much like took pictures they drew and scanned them onto a computer and did that over and over and over, and then just put them in order, and then had it play out in order. And in a way, you're still kind of like doing that.
I get the concept. I'm just saying, like, actually.
No, not at all. There's only one program you need.
Blender.
Anything too. No, you don't even need. No, not Blender. Like if you're doing it 2D, Blender's free first of all, and there's other free ones out there too. But like the ones that I used in school, like we use the Adobe programs. I used Adobe Animate, and it's really not that hard to figure out at all. It's just a single program, and you just pretty much draw something frame by frame. So like you take one picture, you draw on there. Like you can even use a tablet, whatever, draw to your computer. And once you have that done, you go on to the next frame. You can even copy and paste that frame that you had, put it over there, and make the edits to what you want, what moves next. You keep doing that over and over and over.
No, I was just saying in general. Like, I remember
I'm just saying, if you ever wanted to even do something on your own, like you don't need to go to school, like you can learn to mess around with it on your own.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Program right now. Paint, and all these things in the program.
And you know what the other thing is? That's the other thing you can do too. Well, you can take your shit that you make on that program and just port it over to that too, and use it as frames and stuff like that. A lot of the people don't even, like, in my class, they weren't drawing. They did all their drawing on a different Adobe program or whatever else, and then brought everything in there. But, I did that myself too, but I did that with all my backgrounds. Like, anything I did is, like, backgrounds and shit like that, and certain props I just drew in.
Probably just be stream.
I mean, yeah, you can,
like a little guy.
You can do that. They call them, what are they called? I'm already drawing a blank on. Oh my god, not stamps. Holy shit, I was just about to say it too. I had the word in my head. Anyway, but you can make these little, think of it as like a template. Symbols, that's what they were called, symbols. They're not actually symbols, but it's like, you can go in and like pretty much make like a small animation of like your character walking, the animation of your character walking, and you can have that saved as a symbol. So whenever you want to use that exact animation, you just take that symbol and bring it into that current frame. And then you can edit, have it go across however many frames you want. So a lot of things, that's how it works nowadays. It's like, they'll animate certain things. Like with facial expressions especially, that's how it works. They animate all the facial expressions separately. And they'll have those as symbols. So it's like, oh, when you have the character's mouth saying like the different vowels, because that's what you do the mouth animations by. You do the like the ah, e, s, like whatever. You get those little mouth movements and you just draw those. So whenever you like, when you're syncing it to the person talking, you just take those quick symbols of things that you made, just input this there, put that there, put that there, and you just kind of like. The lip syncing is literally the most annoying part of animating. 100%. Most annoying part.
Sounds terrible.
Because you gotta like literally go with the audio. You have the audio play over the animation, and you gotta match the different types of mouths with the vowels. Like, oh, they're saying like, oh,
I
right
already
here,
do
you gotta
that
take
with
the O mouth.
because I record something. When I'm streaming it, there's like the timing is off.
Oh, you're putting a sound effect over something?
No,
Yeah.
what happens? When I'm streaming, it really doesn't matter. Everything kind of just stuff. For some reason, if using the same streaming and I record it instead of streaming, and I take that same video and then I try to put it in the program, that video will be off by like 5 seconds.
Oh yeah.
And then I have to
You
like
gotta like sync things up.
yeah, and then I have to sync things up. So then I started. So I use like movie tricks. So now I understand. Like now I understand why they have that stupid thing that laughs like. It's for them to know when to start with it. So what I do is I literally in my videos I count 1, 2, 3, and I slap. I do like a big clap, right? So I see the spike and the clap going like this. So I know when I have my hand like this and the big spike, I put it together. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's how I.
Yeah, but that's like when you're animating shit, it's a lot of just doing that.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, it's tedious stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's
getting
so
the timing
annoying.
for things.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Because it's like you want to like even when you like have like your character walking, so you have like you draw the animation of your character walking, like those and taking those like putting one leg in front of the other and then the other leg coming in front. You don't just like put that there. You gotta like go across like, all right, how many frames do I want this to happen across?
Shit.
And that dictates the speed in which they're walking. So the more frames that you make, the more drawings you make of them, like in between their movements, of their like the legs going forward and stuff, the smoother it will be. So like if you only draw like, I have my legs far apart, and then my legs next to each other, and then my other legs far apart again, 3 different pictures.
The only thing I see cool.
You're gonna want to put those really close together. You can't spread those out far, because then it would look very stuttery.
The only thing that I could see that's cool is that after a
Yeah,
while,
you can always.
it'll be so much easier.
All those symbols and stuff of like the animations that I made, like the little astronaut thing that I made. I still have that, like the symbols of that saved. If I went on, I have that whole thing saved. So if I went on to Adobe Animate again and like paid for the program, I can bring up that whole entire animation. I still have all those symbols saved in there, and I can take them and use them into other animations I make and stuff too.
Yeah. So like a good thing would be like since my story has main characters. Shit, I have to go.